for a while before people join.
Mm.
So just tell me when you go live.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
Who's running anyways? So here we have our first runner of today. Yeah, people started putting the laptop and starting to come out the pits.
And then I think we should be ready to go. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for Formula E at the legendary and historical Donington Park for the Donington ePrix. In the commentary box, as always, is me, Miran FG. Joining me once again this weekend is Rowan. Hello.
Hello, Miran. It's good to be back here.
Definitely good to be back, and good to be back with Formula E as well. Last week, no, 2 weeks ago, we had the first ever Formula E race, the Valencia ePrix. Quite a chaotic race that was, and quite exciting too. So hopefully this should be quite exciting as well. But before we get started with anything, let's look at some of the track characteristics, or track details, should I say. So the Donington Park circuit, two layouts of this track, the Grand Prix circuit and the National circuit. This is running the Grand Prix circuit. 4.020 kilometers of this British circuit, 12 turns, the lap record of 1:17.07, and some notable corners, the turn 3 and 4 Craner curves, and the old hairpin is when the track goes downhill, and it's a very left-right section, very fun for the drivers. And then the Melbourne hairpin, the turn 11 hairpin, a very, very prime overtaking spot. So this circuit has quite a bit of history to it. It was originally family owned, but was purchased up by a company known as Motorsport Vision, which owns a bunch of different. It's owned by the Motorsport Vision company. But this circuit originally founded during the First and Second World War. So this circuit has quite a lot of history to it. It's almost 100 years this circuit has been around for. But enough about history. Now let's talk about the present, as Eduardo Silva puts in the first lap time of the session, a 1:27.144. So that will be the benchmark time to beat, as Tom Stevens beats that lap time, a 1:06, and Huang Min Nguyen tops that as well. So the first 4 lap times now in the 1:26s.
Yeah, people started putting the lap times. It's indeed the Vietnamese driver in the Nissan putting in the fastest lap at the moment. Talking about that, I know he's been topped. But yeah, these cars, they're all specs, so it's always a question who gets the pole position every qualifying session, who wins the race. So very exciting. I'm looking forward to it again.
Definitely. We saw during qualifying in Valencia last time out, this is a really, really close championship. And especially, I mean, the qualifying times always are separated by hundreds, if not even thousands, by a few times. Will Parrish on pole right now. His former teammate Rosetta Martinez left the championship this season, or not this season, but left the championship before this race to go up to Formula 2. So we wish Martinez all the best in F2. But replacing Martinez is rookie Anton Orlov, who is currently in P4 actually. So or P6 that is, as we have bunch of times rolling in at the moment. I think there's one person who's yet to set the time, and he just did. It's Jakub Sikorski. But Matthias Poco now tops Parish. The Brazilian... No, was he Brazilian or Portuguese? I need to check that.
Okay.
Apologies, but Matthias Poco, he had a very, very interesting race last time out. He crashed in the first few laps, then he was last for a few... Then he was last for a few races. But remember, Formula E is a lot about battery management, and when the battery troubles started hitting for everyone, Poco had a lot of battery to spare, so he could push for a bunch of laps, and he carved his way through the field from P20, I think it was P6, and then he made contact with someone and he got stuck in the gravel, and that was his race over, which was really, really unfortunate. But he has looked to redeem himself now as he puts it on pole position.
Yeah, you have to have a look at the qualifying gaps between the top 1 to top 5. It's only separated by 0.05 of a second between each other. It's very entertaining. Very close there it is again.
Yeah, definitely. It is a really, really close championship, this. I mean, 1 second to first to last. That is only... I mean, in F1, the gap from first to third is probably 1 second. So it's definitely a really, really close championship, this. As yeah, everyone from first to 8th is just 1/10 off the pole time, so it's anyone's game to get pole here. We did have Formula E in real life today as well.
Oh yeah,
Berlin ePrix. That was certainly a really, really exciting race, I must say.
Very chaotic.
And hopefully, yeah, very chaotic, and hopefully this will be exciting as well. I mean, Formula E Spec Series. As Mehmet Demirolu goes P10, the Turkish driver, as we see the Venturi of, I think that is Will Parrish, coming out of the pit lane. But Mehmet Demirolu, a good lap from the Turkish driver to put a P10. His teammate, Eduardo Silva, just went P6. What timing!
Yeah.
So the two Neos up into P6, and now Demirolu pushed down to P11 because of his teammate. But yeah, that is still a good qualifying for the Neos. But it is the Dragon car who still sits on pole, as Silva is only 0.08 of a second down on Matthias Poco and his pole time, as here he is behind the Venturi of I think that is Will Parrish?
I think it is, to be honest, I'm not sure.
Or might it be Anton Orlov? I'm not quite sure. Anton Orlov, definitely the one to watch this race, as here he is, the Russian driver, making his debut, just not even debut in Formula E, but racing debut. This race, he's just 1/10 of his teammate Will Parrish, so he is doing not too bad actually. So we'll watch how he fares in the race with great interest.
Yeah, he obviously knows how to drive this car. Even though it's a complete new experience. I mean, electric cars, very different power delivery than, for example, petrol cars. They have instant torque, so yeah, you really need to get used to them. But it seems like he's doing fairly well. Someone has gone off there. I don't know. That's
Someone's off, and that is Demirolu. That is Mehmet Demirolu, who's gone off at what looks like to be turn 7.
Yeah.
So Demirolu off at McLean's. That might see an end to his running if he can't get the car back to the pit lane. As there's Emil Nilsson, the Estonian driver, puts it up into P6, just behind his Audi teammate Gabriel Gomez, who won last time out in Valencia. It was quite a dominant showing by the Brazilian, actually, which is quite surprising considering how close Formula E is, but really shows how high how high caliber Gomez is, and just everyone in this championship, to be honest. But Nilsson not that far off Gomez then.
I think in the meantime, Turkish driver got out of the car back to the pit lane. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happened there. He just seems to went off. I saw a brake marker bot fly through there. So yeah, very weird to see that happen.
Yeah, it was quite weird to see that happen, but I think he is back in the pits now and should be ready to go in a few minutes time, as we have 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining of this Donington ePrix qualifying, as Jake Tillersley improves into P14 just behind Kirian Jimenez, who is in P13, as Emil Nilsson crosses the line, but it is no improvement for him. Behind him though, Jakub Sikorski does improve, puts it up into P15, so a 1:27.3 I think it was, as Fernando Tost goes up into P18 as well. The Techitas have really not had a good start to the season. 16th and 18th at the moment, but we have seen very upside down races, to say that at least, so it will be very interesting. And here's Tom Stevens, a DNS for him last race. He didn't even start, so he had troubles getting off. He had troubles getting off the line, and that saw him retire at lap 1, as the cheat of Olsen now puts it up in the P13. And Stevens' teammate Tobias Schwulenberg is down in P18. But here is Hwang Min Nguyen, one of the people looking to put it into pole, is going to want to get this lap as fast as possible. But he looks to be behind. Is that Anton Urlov?
I think it is. No, it's his teammate there. I think one of the Paris. The P2 there, out of the Vietnamese driver. Yeah, interesting tactics, you could say, by not making him able to do a certain lap. As Paris now goes for a lap, he was on the out lap apparently. So interesting tactics, I would say.
Yes, who's that into P4? That is Eduardo Silva. So a very good lap from the Next TV Neo driver to put it up into P4. So he's actually tied Eric Alibani-Handabusa's time, which is quite impressive actually.
Oh, someone's gone off. So, someone's gone off.
Oh, and that's someone off. And might that be Matthias Poker? Yes, it is. Who has gone off at, I believe that is the Craner curves.
Again.
Might be wrong on that, but quite a lot of mistakes we're seeing. But that is a that might be a costly mistake for the current pole sitter, as Will Parrish actually improves by 300th of a second. That's going to be enough for Parrish to secure pole possibly, as we're going to see what time it will be for the American, as he now approaches the Melbourne hairpin, turn 11. Now down the straight, that 200 kilowatt power, as he goes down to Goddard to the final corner. So we will see what it will be for the American Venturi driver as he crosses the line. What's it going to be for Will Parrish? It is no improvement, as he just misses out by 1,000th of a second to Matthias Poco. So Matthias really got lucky there. Parrish could not improve on that time.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw Poco touch the grass, I think, under braking, and that's literally when you lock your brakes and just when you have zero control.
And there's someone who secured pole.
Takes pole.
It's Gabriel Gomez once again, who put himself up into the top of the timing sheets. He did it in Valencia, and he will now here at Donington. But we're gonna see if this pole time will be enough. But it is quite a big margin when you're considering Formula E standards, which is quite a weird thing to say.
Yeah, the 34 thousandths is not a lot, but the Formula E standards it is. If you ever see this in Formula 1, everyone will be over the roof right now, but in Formula E it's just the normal thing, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's still quite mind-boggling how close these times are. To think that 0.003 of a second is actually quite a sizable gap between two drivers. But Gabriel Gomez, the Audi driver, he's gonna want to extend that lead in the championship table by quite a lot more, as he's now stuck behind the I think he's stuck behind the Venturi. That might be Will Parrish,
I think.
They come into the pit lane, but there's a Nissan carrying on. I think that might be Nguyen, as here is Gomez's teammate Emil Nilsson, the Estonian. I think this might be an in-lap for Emil actually, but
yeah, if that was an in-lap, then he might want to consider looking after his in the tires there again. There was quite a lock up there. Is there? Yeah, he goes in there. So to Jaguar of Nigali, who is going to continue his lap, I think. And we'll see what the driver from Saudi can do. Talented driver from the Middle East. We haven't seen a lot of drivers coming there. I think actually he's the first driver from the Middle East. And he's known to be a great driver from the go-karting series there. And now he's here in the electric series.
Yeah, definitely. Talal Nagali, the only... Ooh, was a bit of a slide there from him actually, but he maintained that quite well. But yeah, Talal Nagali, the only Middle Eastern driver, or the only registered Middle Eastern driver, should I say, in the league. There are a couple of drivers, or a few drivers in the other tiers with Middle Eastern descent, but they don't race under the... they don't race under their ethnic flags. They race under where they live, which would be, realistically speaking, the correct flag to race under, considering that's where they live. As Jakub Sikorski now goes P15, his teammate, fellow Polish driver Kai Chereznia in P12. But Talal Nagali, we're gonna see what the Jaguar driver can pull out. His teammate is down in P16, so he's gonna want to put that Jaguar into the points as he now goes through Goddard's turn.
And that's not gonna be it. I don't think he's gonna improve too much. He stays P9.
You're right. He does not improve, so he stays P9, which is still quite a good lap time. But funny thing is, Hanebusa and Silva still tied on P4, but Hanebusa set the time earlier, so she will have P4 if things should stay as they are. But still, it's quite amazing to think that two drivers tied their lap time. So it really goes to show how close these drivers are. But no one been able to match Gabriel Gomez yet. Will Parrish has not improved on his lap time. Matthias Poco is in the pit lane, so it's either gonna be Eduardo or Erica who's gonna have to improve a lap time, as she now does start a lap time. Kirian Jimenez retakes P13 in the Virgin car. You could just see that the purple Virgin car up ahead.
As we're taking into the final few seconds of the qualifying, and so anybody just gets who can take the pole. I don't think Poco's coming out, so I think he's automatically out for pole position, out of contention. We've still got Paris, Hanebusa, and Silva, who can all take it. Even the guy in P6 can take it. I think, yeah, pretty much everyone who can pull out, who can improve his lap, apart from perhaps Santos. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, P20
I'd say everyone in the top 7 has a good chance of securing pole. Just separated by 1/10, but yeah, we'll have to see what everyone pulls out, as
check it, Falak is fallen.
as qualify is finished. Anton Urlov improves, but it's not enough. Same with Mehmet Demirolu. Urlov just missing out on P9 by 1 hundredth of a second. So he will start P10 for his first race at the moment. But Erika Labana, can she do anything about Gabriel Gomez on pole? We're gonna see. No, there's no improvement. It's not enough.
Gomez goes in.
And Gomez goes in, but Hanebusa is not gonna be able to set a lap time. Emil Nilsson is 2/10 down on Gomez's pole time, so I don't think he's gonna be able to challenge his Audi teammate for
I think at most there might be an 2 position improvement or something, but definitely not the lap Nielsen was hoping for in the Audi. Very disappointing. See a teammate on pole, especially in the spec series. That's very disappointing there. So that's gonna that's it. That's 5 tenths off.
It is no improvement from Emil Nilsson. We're gonna see. I don't think there are any other drivers on lap times. There's 2 cars currently on lap time. I think last place man Martinho Santos just at a time, but that didn't help him to get off. That didn't help him to get off P20, but it is Gabriel Gomez who secures pole once again here at Formula E.
Yep.
So it is Matheus Poca, the fellow Brazilian, who starts alongside him, Will Parrish, and then Erika Lebana Hanebusa in the second row. So quite an interesting qualifying we did have. So now we are getting ready for the race.
The second time in a row that we see Gomez qualify the pole. He's definitely a contender for world champion.
Yeah, definitely. Gomez could impress some of the teams in the higher tiers just with this skill. But now let's get on to the race, shall we?
Sounds like a good idea.
As we're waiting for 5 lights for this Donington. It's Gabriel Gomez on pole, Matheus Poca second. And we go green in Donington. It's a good start for Gomez up ahead, but Parrish has already gained on Poca. They're already alongside as Poca looked to have gotten a horrible start. He's down into P3, but Will Parrish is already alongside Gabriel Gomez. Coming into turn 3, he's on the inside, and Will Parrish takes the lead of the Donington ePrix. As a bit further back ahead, there's Quang Minh Nguyen dueling with Emil Nilsson, as Nilsson is now up into P6, but it's now Will Parrish who leads from Gomez, from Poco, from Hanebusa, and from Silva. So Silva has fallen back quite a bit to Hanebusa, as Tom Stevens and Talal Nugali in P8, as they're having a bit of a battle. As we can see there, they're almost 3 wide there, coming into turn 8, I think this is, as here's Anton Urlov now trying it on Talal Nugali, but it doesn't seem to be enough quite yet for the rookie in the Venturi, as Nugali is gonna send one on Stevens coming into the turn 9, turn 10 chicane. Steven looks to hold ahead, but Nugali is not gonna give up yet as they now head into turn 11, the Melbourne hairpin. But Stevens holds ahead at the moment, and this is some great racing we're being treated to. But Stevens holds P8, but it's not going to be for enough. As into turn 12, Nugali holds the inside, and I think that might just be enough to secure P8 for the time being. But wow, what a battle!
So they go into turn 1. An extremely good start there from Paris.
Someone behind, I think it was Mehmet Demirol overtaking Anton Urlov. I think I saw Urlov going a bit wide, but now into now into the Craner curves. Urlov on the outside. It's gonna be Demirol on the inside, but Urlov holds P11 as here's Kai Teresny and the Andretti under pressure from the Techita of Håkon Olsen, as bit slippery there, or on the grass. That's gonna lose him quite a lot of time to Tobias Schwulenberg in P16 as Jake Tildesley gets past Jakob Sikorski and Kieran Jimenez. As yeah, there's just an absolute swarm of cars here. The Virgin car of Jafari Blackwood, as there's the Jaguar of Tildesley and the Mahindra of Schwulenberg having a bit of a scrap. Jakub Sikorski might be able to get involved in this as well, as Tildesley tries to catch up to Tobias, but Huang Min Nguyen sets the fastest lap as we approach lap 3 of 17 in this Donington ePrix, but Tobias holds P15. But it might not be over for Tildesley yet, as Jakub Sikorski, the pole is now on the back of that Jaguar, so we might see a overtake there very, very soon. But Will Parrish has done quite well. He's extended the gap to 6/10 to Gomez, which is quite good, I must say. So we are being treated to some really, really good racing here at Donington, as Will Parrish made a really, really good move up the inside of both Matias Poco and Gabriel Gomez. So he took the two Brazilians in, I think it was 3 corners, and yeah, now he holds the lead, but Gomez is catching up. As we can see there, he's actually going to try the move here, almost to be right on board with him.
So on the inside, the red scopes there, and it's going to cost Trent exit there a bit. But what a start there from Paris there, from P3 to P1 there. It nearly gives me Fernando Alonso vibes back in Spain all those years ago. Went from P3 to P1 in a span of a few corners. But this is Will Barris in an electric car. They're having a very good start and leading as of right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's had a really, really good start, but Gomez looks to be quite a lot faster in Sector 3, whilst Parrish looks really quick in Sector 1 of this track, as Matias Poco's actually gone a 10th faster than Parrish and Gomez, so he might be catching up to these two quite soon, as the closest gap on track at the moment is Talal Nagali to Emil Nilsson. So yeah, I think he is catching up once again to Emil and Nagali is. So
yeah, aggressive chicane there. You can take all you want there. It's really that track limits playing a role there.
Yeah, they don't really play that much of a role, but yeah, considering we can't run street circuits, this is a really big bummer, honestly. We have to run the next best thing, which is a permanent circuit. So this has runoff, unlike a real street circuit. And there in the background, you can actually see him, Matias Poco. He is close the gap to under a second. So he might be showing signs of catching up to his fellow Brazilian driver, Gabriel Gomez. But yeah, the gap seems to be fluctuating quite a lot between Parrish and Gomez. As I said, Parrish looks to be quite a lot faster in Sector 1, while Gomez has the upper hand in Sector 3. As here is Talal Nagali on the back of Emil Nilsson. So it's the Jaguar versus the Audi, the British team versus the German team, Saudi driver versus Estonian driver. As he does look to be catching up. The two, unlike his teammate Gomez, Nilsson looks to be a bit slower in Sector 3 as well. But we can see here just how many cars are just tucked in behind each other trying to get that slipstream. These Formula E cars don't really provide that much slipstream, but it is still something. So yeah, you can really see they aren't really gaining much on the straights. these cars obviously meant for street circuits. So
yeah, I'd say they run decent on the permanent tracks. They're just not as punishing, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah, but fear not, we will still be running some street circuits on the calendar. I'd say one track that is confirmed is probably the Berlin ePrix, which is at the Tempelhof Airport. Formula E ran here today, and we will be running Berlin eventually when it comes. There's someone who's gone wide, and there's Jakub Sikorski, who's locked up under braking and is off into the gravel. And that will see our first retirement of the session in quite a spectacular way, as he's locked up in turn...
I think turn 7 it was.
Yeah, turn 6 or turn 7, I think it was McLean's that Sikorski locked up in, but he's now out of the Donington ePrix. As here is Tobias Schworenberg, under pressure from Tildesley he was. Now he's chasing down Kirian Jimenez. I think Tobias scored no points last time out in Valencia, so it looks quite unlikely as well, but there's always a chance for unlikely things to happen in this series, so we don't know.
Yeah, well, it's not the first one to make a mistake there, but it's still a very odd mistake to say at least, because it seems like they keep running the grass there for some reason. I don't know why they do it, but yeah. Back before we had our first retirement of the session, our first post to go off. Well, we'll talk about potential circuits.
Wait, apparently one Sikorski didn't retire. He's apparently back on track.
Okay.
So I guess he managed to get the wheels back spinning. So he's clawed his way back out onto the track, but he's now 56 seconds behind P19. As here is Kai Chereznia, the Polish driver, the teammate of Sikorski, now putting pressure on the rookie Anton Urlov in P11. That is... So he's getting actually really close to him as they head into turn 12.
Yeah, but back to what we're talking about. We were talking about potential other circuits. I mean, Baku, the Azerbaijan track. It's long, but I think it's still very tight, and I think it would run very well with these Formula E cars. You know, there might be something the organizers want to look into.
I think it would be best for Formula E to run, if they run F1 street circuits, then it would probably be best to run them alongside F1 weekends as well. So yeah, Monaco ePrix, obviously the most obvious choice, as Formula E did run there, and it is quite a circuit with a lot of history to its name, just like Donington. But Monaco, obviously the more prestigious, the motorsports hat trick, I think. What was it called? The motorsports.
The triple crown.
Triple crown was it, and Monaco, the Monaco Grand Prix, obviously being one in that triple crown. Obviously, we don't have Le Mans in the ACOC, but we might look into having it as an off-season event. Would be quite fun, actually. But
we need to run it on different cars, because these type of cars ain't it on Le Mans track.
Yeah. Obviously, we won't run Formula cars at Le Mans. Would be quite interesting to see, but yeah.
I could tell you from personal experience, it ain't worth it. It's just a nightmare, especially with current batteries on the most straight. It's not worth it. I wouldn't consider trying it. Just too expensive for something that's not worth it. The experiment.
Yeah, as I think Blackwood here, Jafar Blackwood, is losing a bit of time to Martino Santos. It doesn't look to be able to catch up.
Yeah.
As yeah, I think we aren't seeing that many overtakes anymore, so everyone has settled into their positions, getting a bit calm now. Even though, there's a bit of an off-track excursion there. Blackwood dipping his left tires into the gravel.
Just mowing the lawn, you know, needs to happen as well on such historic tracks.
Yeah, it looks... I think he lost a 10th to Santos.
Yeah.
But Will Parrish still holds the lead, and I think he's increased the gap to Gomez, actually. So here is our leader, Will Parrish. Behind him, Gabriel Gomez. P2 will still be a good result for Gabriel, so he will hold the championship lead, but I don't know where Will finished.
I think Gomez might save up the tires for a moment. Like they save the battery. Tires aren't really that much of a role in the Formula E. It's more like the battery. I think, yeah, he's trying to save up that one to avoid running out of it, like everyone did last week, last race on Valencia. Olaf for once, who was fighting for that P10 there. Yeah, I think
the P10 he lost to Mehmet Demirolu, the Turkish driver at lap 1. He's going to want to reclaim that and show what he's really capable of. As here is Demirol's teammate, Eduardo Silva, chasing down the Edam's car of Erika Leban and Kandabusa. As everyone just kind of following each other at the moment.
There we go, on board with him. And yeah, it's still tricky to follow, of course. Because it's not very easy to follow a race car on the same pace. You know, you have to run different lines. Your tires get affected by it. Now, Formula E cars don't have that heavily. The Formula E cars don't have that much impact with the tires, but it's still very tricky to follow due to other scenarios.
Yeah, the one thing obviously very strange with Formula E is that they run Michelin tires, but not even Michelin slick tires. These are Michelin road tires, which are all weather. So
well, all I can tell them is to not run Indianapolis again, because we know how it happened back in 2006. It was 2005. Was yeah. I think that's the best idea, to run these Formula E cars on the Indianapolis road course.
Yeah. But apart from that, the drivers have to manage their battery as well. So lifting and coasting is essential, because these cars don't have enough battery to complete the race. So they will have to do some a bit of battery saving towards the end, as Gomez has actually closed the gap to Paris by quite a lot. So we might see an overtake there for the lead once again.
I don't think so as of right now. It's overtaking to happen is doable, but it's still very tricky. You need to line up properly, and then then at that point you can hope that the driver ahead of you realizes and gives you another respect. As we see, I don't think backmarks will really play a role this race. I guess that's a good sign for Formula E cars, that they don't really have to work with back markers unless the battery runs out. You know. As we can see, Gomez seems to lose out again in the first sector, but then gain it back in the last sector.
Yeah, Gomez looks quite a lot more pacey in sector 3 compared to the American Will Parrish. So yeah, the hunt for P1 still continues. Gabriel Gomez is gonna want to make it 2-2 and take that win, as we are now on lap 12:17, but we are approaching lap 13 quite soon.
And Gomez lost out this lap. I don't know what happened there, but he lost 2 tenths something compared to the last lap. Is there in the background? I can see Poco closing in a bit as well. Is it just either Gomez feeling held up, or is Poco finding pace? I don't know what it is. he seems to be a 10th faster than Poco, 2/10 faster than the two of them. So, quite interesting, I would say.
I think, yeah, in the later stages of this race, I think Matthias Poco could be a race. I think it could be a contender for the race win. So we might see. But for now, it is Will Parrish who is en route to take his first victory in the ACOC Formula E Championship. But these cars do look very cool, I must say. There is Huang Minh Nguyen trying to move on Eduardo Silva, but that has cost him quite a lot. That is going to allow Emil Nilsson, as he goes to the left and now goes to the right, sells the dummy on the Vietnamese driver, but it is not enough. He's too far back. But as they approach the turn 9-10 chicane now...
Yeah, because a complete track. Look at that oversteer there.
Yeah. Yeah, he lost out.
That's not how you drive a car fast, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you overdrive your car.
Yeah, he lost out massively to that.
We have Jafari Blackwood in the efficient version. And defense to move past that Carlos Santos anytime soon.
It's been stuck behind Santos all race, so hasn't really been the best for him. That it hasn't been the best race for him yet. But
I think there's the cheetah approaching as well. As I think there.
Is Sikorsky. I think he's gone off once again, actually.
We say again, as there on the left, cars actually coming in play. And now
this might actually be big. Sikorsky's gone off again. He's made yet another mistake, but this might allow him to play as traffic to Will Parrish. So Parrish is going to want to hope to clear the Polish driver as soon as possible, as there is someone off, and that's Tobias Schwulenberg in the Mahindra.
German's gonna
that sees another car off, but I don't think that's the same car as Sikorsky. That looks to be oh no, it might be actually. That looks to be McLean's, but that is Tobias out of the race, but he might be moving back. As there's no one into the pit lane. That's Gabriel. That's Gomez.
Is it a problem?
Why is Gomez in?
I don't know. I'm trying to find a possible explanation. It doesn't seem that Parrish is struck base, so is it maybe a battery problem, a car problem? Who knows? We see real drama as the contender for the second for a second race win. There's going to have more people come in.
Is Gomez going out?
I don't think so. A lot of people have gone in.
Hold on, if we could just get a check on Gomez real quick, if he is coming out once again, because I want to see if...
No, stuck. So that might be another battery issue for the cars, and with 2 laps remaining, this race is far from decided, but Parrish now has a comfortable gap as there. Jermaine is there, really bumps over the curb there. That might not help your car too much, as Sikorsky has gone out there again. And there, look who's coming there in the background. There is Perez and Poku, who are catching up on the back marker. I can see Jets in the background there as well. As there's Nielsen in the other Audi, who now, I don't know, is P5, where his teammate is retired into the pits there. And
that is really unfortunate for Gomez, I must say.
As Sikorsky is going into the pits, as they all come in the pits there. Look at that. What is this?
What on earth? What?
That's very odd. I'm trying to find if they're losing pace or something. Yeah, they're all coming in.
Okay, this is... what the hell?
That's very odd to say the least.
Okay, we'll just say... And now okay, I'll not give the win to Kaija. What on earth? What?
Yeah,
I think we ran a lap too much, but
again,
Will Parrish will be declared the winner of the Donington ePrix. So he wins the Donington ePrix in very. I think I'll just do a rollback of the results once again.
Very chaotic fashion there again.
Very chaotic, but we'll just say the race ended on lap 16.
So very abrupt ending there. Full points will be awarded because it's over the 75% rule.
Yeah, but yeah, that was if we ignore the if we ignore that horrible race ending, it was quite an interesting race, to say.
A good race with an anticlimactic ending.
Yeah, quite anticlimactic. Obviously, we wanted Will Parrish to cross the line and declare it and everything, fireworks and all that. But yeah, not really the way we wanted this race to end. But yeah, congratulations to Will Parrish, and your top 3 will be Parrish, Gomez, and Poco. So the only retirement, or no, Sikorsky won't be counted as retirement. So all 20 drivers will have finished.
That's also an achievement.
But I think we call it here for the Donington ePrix then. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, this has been really fun to commentate over, especially. Yeah, thank you for being here, Rowan. And we will see you again when the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship returns next week.